us. If he helps, we have everything. If no help, we don't have anything. We were expecting to be with Mulana tonight in Michigan, but Allah changed the plan. We had another plan for next Saturday. Allah changed that plan. Every plan changed. Alhamdulillah. Plan is in His hands. In His hands. What we're going to do. Oh, our Lord, we're asking to be good servants, to do our best servanthood for you as much as we can do, that you should be happy with us. It's nothing. Whatever we do is nothing. Even if we did a good deed, that was a favor already. If we avoided a bad deed, that was a favor also already. It wasn't from our doing. It was coming from you. Thanks to you. Rabbi Shukr, thanks to you. We can't give what we're going to say sincerely. Sincere comes in moments of Hoshua. Might be something coming sincere. Otherwise, it's only like a greeting card, or now like a sticker on the internet. You put a flower, you put a cake, you put streamers, you put bunnies dancing, something to indicate a happy emotion. You put a thumbs up, you put black thumbs up, brown thumbs up, red thumbs up, to be correct. But it's only a sticker. It's not deep sincerity. Deep sincerity, private, between the Lord and His servant, Jalla Allah, between Prophet and his Ummah, between the Shaykh and his Murid, Rahimahullah, Qaddasallahu Siru. It's private. During the zikr, we like to read parts from Qasida Burda by Imam Busairi, Allah bless him. And if we read all the chapters, we just read a small part, but at the beginning, Imam Busairi is reciting the poem he composed for Prophet, and he's embarrassed to himself. He's starting to cry, and his love for Prophet is showing up, and it's something private. What happens between a man and his wife? Private. You don't go showing it to everyone. What happens between the lover and the beloved Prophet, between the Murid and the Shaykh, is private. Between the servant and the Lord, private. They don't like it to show it outside. It's private. We ask for that sincerity in private moments with Him. In private moments, the real sincerity. We can say, we love you, we love you, we love you. Okay. When it's sincere, that comes privately. May Allah grant us those moments with Him, to be with Him. As we read in the Mawlid book, there is a time in the night when Allah descends to the lowest heaven, saying, who's awake, asking me something, I should grant it. Who's asking my forgiveness, I should forgive them. Who's asking my love, I should love them. This is needed. May Allah grant us to be with Him privately, by day and by night, to private moments, to make our hearts to shine. Because everyone is going to meet Him again in a private moment. Even you're the most famous person, even you have thousands of people, oh, mashallah, mashallah. In the end, you go to the cemetery. They put you underground, your friends and family, they leave, and you're alone with your Lord. That time, I love you, is going to be important, not for people to see it, not for people to see. Well, Shaykh was teaching us to keep it private. He said, make dua, make qasida, make zikr, make hadra, Do everything until you start to like it, then stop. It means ego is taking its share. MashaAllah, thinking, Allah. What's the famous story? One very pious person, he's in sajda. He's in sajda making munajat, dua to Allah. And his family is in his private home. His family is sitting on the sofa, on the couch, on the chair, and he's in the corner making sajda. And the people, there's some visitors also, they're praising him. Saying, oh, mashallah, he prays Fajr with the wudu of Isha. It means all night he's praying. He goes every year for Umrah. He goes every week for Umrah. He goes every year for Hajj. This and that. He gave all his money in charity and sadaqah and zakat. He did this, he did that, he did this. They were mentioning all his good points. Then they ran out of things to say, so they were quiet. Still he's in sajda. The room is quiet for 1 minute, 2 minutes. He turns around and says, you forgot to say that I'm fasting. Like that. What you do for praise from others, Shah Naqshband said, Dar Shohrat Afat Ast. In fame, in recognition, in praise from others, there is how you want to say, a virus or a pestilence, afat, something that eats your good deeds, destroys it. It's not really for Allah. Therefore, we're asking from Him, oh our Lord, make us to do our good, best servanthood to you by day and by night, publicly and especially privately, to be for you, to be private with you. Ya Rabbi, Ya Allah, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rahman, make us to enter your heavenly stations from whatever level we're able to enter. Prophet, he went to the highest levels, even as dust on his footsteps, on the footsteps of awliya, on the footsteps of our Shaykh. Make us to improve. Make us to improve. And improvement is going to be private also. No one knows. No one knows. He doesn't give medals and crowns and jewels and ribbons. The improvement is also private. You don't know. You don't know. You're going to be between hope and fear. I'm hoping for the best result. I'm afraid I reached to the worst result. When we asked Maulana Sheikh, how can you tell if you're improving? How can we tell if we're improving? It seems the same to us. We're saying we're doing the same thing only. He said, you have to be like the astronauts. You know, the astronauts, the space capsule people. In the old days, back in the 60s, they were going to the moon. 69 said they went to the moon for a few years, and they stopped. Why they stopped? We asked Maulana Sheikh, why they stopped going to the moon? He said, because they found it was guarded. It wasn't open territory. They thought there's nothing there. They found it guarded. They came back. But he said, you still have to be like those astronauts. They were brave. They left the comfort of Earth and the safety of Earth to go to unknown. As they left Earth in their spaceship, they had a window to look outside, a porthole or a looking mirror, looking window in their spaceship, in their space capsule. And at first, Earth was filling the window. As they're close to Earth, the Earth fills everything. Even in a plane, Earth fills everything. Moon and stars are far away in the sky. If you fly at night, you see the moon distant. as they began to come out from Earth's gravity and go closer towards the moon. Now they're going. It took, I don't know, it takes 1 week. I forgot how long it took. After some days, the Earth begins to get smaller. And you look out the window. Now the moon is getting bigger as you're coming closer. He said, think of the moon as akhirah. If in your life you see that moon getting bigger and Earth, which is dunya, getting smaller, if you see akhirah becoming more important in your eyes and dunya becoming less important in your eyes, know that you're improving. Otherwise, you didn't move yet. Whereas everyone can answer that question for themselves. Everyone can answer that question for themselves. Everyone has a high opinion of themselves. Other people see our mistakes. We don't see it. All of us have a blind spot for ourselves. Shaykh Hashem used to have us in the month of Rajab, holy month of Rajab, to take a notebook and begin to write our weak points, our mistakes, our faults. Eats too much, drinks too much, looks to women too much, shouts too much, gets angry too much, too stingy, too angry, too this, too that. Start to write your faults. And we used to write our faults. We were in Cyprus. There was, Sheikh Nazim had a guest house. At that time, it was a big college dormitory. Women on one floor, men on the other floor. It was like college. A big, like that. And we have our notebooks and we're writing our mistakes, being good. One person wrote their faults, lazy, this 5 or 6 faults, close the notebook, finish. The next one sitting there, you finished? So yeah, I wrote my mistakes. Let me see that. This all you saw? Yeah. No, you have much more. They began to fill out pages and pages of that person's mistakes that he didn't see for himself or herself. May Allah make us to be busy with ourselves. It's a lifetime's work to correct our faults. To correct our faults. They gave a talk at the masjid before I logged on with you guys on Friday. They gave a talk for halal and haram. There must be from halal everything. They went to, I think he was Hanbali madhab, that imam. They went to Imam Ahmed al-Hanbali, Allah bless him. I say, I'm making zikr, but I'm not in peace through my heart. He said, look to your food, coming everything from halal or not. And therefore we have to be halal. When the khutbah finished, the second imam got up, said they opened a new restaurant nearby, 100% halal, certified halal. And I'm thinking, was the khutbah a commercial for the restaurant, or was the restaurant a commercial for the khutbah? You know the story, the woodcutter. I'm finished with this story. Not to me. A person, a very rich person, he had a sickness, narcolepsy, you think he's dead. He falls into a coma. His heart, you can't detect the heartbeat or the breathing. He's not dead yet, but comes almost 0 point. And he's afraid people will find him like that and bury him, thinking he's dead, and he's not dead. And they wake up in the grave. So he offered in his will, I'm working on my will here, he offered a prize, a pouch of gold coins, anyone brave enough to spend the first night in the grave with him. Make sure he's really dead. And there was a woodcutter. He was very poor. All he had, he was the proverbial guy. All he had was his rope and his axe. He'd go into the forest, cut wood, bundle it up, go to the village, and sell the firewood. He was really like that. I had a person do a scam on the internet from Nigeria. He said, "What?" I said, "What you do?" He said, "Oh, I go to the forest. I cut wood and bundle it up, and I sell the sticks for firewood." I said, "Oh, mashallah." I'm glad there's one person on earth does that stuff. Anyway, he heard about the prize, a bag of gold coins, a whole pouch of gold coins. Anyone can spend the first night in the grave with that person to see he's really dead. He comes and he goes down into the grave and sits. They cover the grave with something, and he sits the first night. The people leave, and he's alone with the dead person in the grave. After a short time, he hears voices. Which one should we question? There's two of them in here. It's the two angels, Munkar and Nakir, coming to question the dead body. In the grave, two angels come to question you. And the woodcutter is able to hear them speak. We question this one here. The other one is dead. He's not going anywhere. This one might escape in the morning. Let's question him while he's here. We're talking about the woodcutter. And they begin with him. Oh, woodcutter, what's that in your hand? My axe. He's cutting. Where you got that axe? He can't answer. Where you got the blade? Where you got the stick? Where you got the what is it? They tie the axe with the twine, the wire or the rope to tie the axe head onto the handle. Questioning half the night where you got that is halal or not. You paid for it, where you got the money to pay it for it, where that person got it from. You picked it up off the ground. You asked the owner of that property if you could have that stick, etc., etc. Going on half the night till you can't take it anymore. They stopped finally with the axe, and they went now to the rope. Now, what's that in your other hand? It's my rope. Your rope, and up till Fajr, they're questioning about the rope. Where you got that rope? You took it up off the ground. You picked it up. You paid for it. Where you got the money to pay for it? It was halal or not halal? Going, you borrowed it. It was riba. Every question you can think of, and questions you can't think of. Now it's morning. We're talking about halal and haram. It's morning. They take the covering off the grave. The inspectors come, the executors of the will. They take it, and the woodcutter comes out and says, "Congratulations, you were very brave. You spent the first night in the grave with that dead person to make sure he's dead. And now we're going to give you your prize, this bag of gold coins." The woodcutter said, "A bag of gold coins? I can't answer for my axe. I can't answer for my rope. The only two possessions I have. How am I going to answer for that bag of gold coins?" Threw everything and ran. What do we want to say for? Oh, our Lord, we exist. By your mercy, we are saved. By your mercy, by your glory, by your endless, enduring grace, we're rescued and saved, not by anything we can do. We can't answer for ourselves. Grant us from halal. Halal means to say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Your favors, oh our Lord, thanks to you. Thanks to you what you granted to us. Husbands say, you gave me the best wife. Wives say, you gave me the best husband. Children say, you gave me the best parents. Parents say, you gave me the best children. Workers say, you gave me the best job, the best boss. Everything. Say, thanks to you, oh my Lord. Thanks to you. Wa min Allah tawfiq bi hurmat habibi hurmat al-Fatih. Granted for the sake of Prophet. Allah gave to the Ummati Muhammad. What's best for us. Fatih. Amin. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله